Hey guys, welcome back to Pristine's Reads. Today I'm going to be reviewing The Captive Maiden by Melanie Dickerson, the fourth book in the Hagenheim series. So this is the no spoilers version. If you would like the full in-depth detail, please see my super spoiler video. So now I'm going to give you the overall summary of this book. So The Captive Maiden is a retelling of the Cinderella story, but with fresh characters and a slightly different plotline. So this story is continuing to follow the Gerstenberg family, and this time it's Walton, the Duke and Duchess of Hagenheim's eldest son. Walton is a courageous warrior with a gruff exterior, but he is getting tired of his life as a knight and competing and jousting every tournament he can find. So he and his parents decide that he should settle down from his tournament life after this last one big tournament that the Duke and Duchess are hosting at Hagenheim. So while going to the marketplace one day, Walton meets this young woman and is instantly charmed. After he sees her nearly get molested by his rival Friedrich Ruckner, Walton steps in and saves her. He escorts her around the marketplace for the rest of the day while she runs various errands, and finally works up the courage to ask her name. So Gisela, that's the young woman he met, lives with her cruel stepmother Euphemia and her two stepsisters, Irma and Consul. So Gisela is thrilled when Walton asks her to come to the tournament the next day and be his personal guest. But the next day, when she wakes up expecting to go to the tournament, her stepmother and stepsisters leave without her and tell her that she is not under any circumstances to leave the house and go with them to the tournament. But after they are gone, Gisela sneaks out with the help of her neighbor, and her neighbor lends her her carriage to drive to the tournament. She meets Walton, and he saves her again from Friedrich Bruxner, who tries to attack her again, and Walton asks Gisela if she can wear her colors. Gisela says yes, not expecting that Walton will keep his attraction to her once he finds out that she is just a poor orphan servant girl. Walton proceeds to win all the events at the tournament and ends up naming Gisela the Queen of Beauty and Love, which came as a privilege of winning the entire tournament, at least the first day's events. And Gisela is invited to spend the night at the castle with Walton's sisters and his family, and they have a huge banquet, and Gisela and Walton dance together, and they're having the time of their life. And Gisela enjoys the rest of the tournament, knowing that it will not last. On the second day of the tournament, Gisela's stepmother and stepsisters entice her to come back home with them instead of staying the night at the castle again. Gisela unfortunately has to agree, as her stepmother forces her to, and the next day when she tries to go back to the tournament, as it's the last day of the tournament and there will be a ginormous ball held to close off the tournament, her stepmother locks her in her room and goes to the tournament without her, saying that she will tell Walton that she has run off with another man to get married, and the stepmother has sold her to Friedrich Bruxner. So Gisela, panicking because obviously she doesn't want to go with Friedrich Bruxner, enlists the help of a servant boy, and they escape not a moment too soon. Gisela's neighbor helps her find all the things she'll need for the night's ball, and she shows up at the ball, and she's having a wonderful time dancing with Walton, and her stepmother and stepsisters her stepmother is thrown into the dungeon for her mistreatment of Gisela. So Gisela's stepsisters unfortunately lure her away from the ball and Walton, and Gisela gets captured by Friedrich Ruxner and gets taken towards his home in Bruchen, which is where he lives. Walton immediately sets out to find her after he figures out she's gone missing, but will he get to her in time before Ruxner decides to do serious harm to her or even force her to marry him? You'll have to find out. So now I'm going to give you the morals of this book. First up is Christian beliefs / other worldviews. Again, the characters are unashamedly Christian, and I love the way that Walton always asks God to give him guidance and help him find Gisela before it's too late. And I like that there are themes of relying on God and trusting him to do what we can't, and I just love that so much. And there were some really great Christian concepts here, such as God taking our weaknesses and turning them into his strengths and using them for his glory, and I love that a lot. But otherwise, I found no other worldviews represented here, nothing else of concern. Next up is foul language. There is nothing that I could find of foul language in this book, so it's completely clean in that aspect. Next is violence. Walton is a knight, so there's some amazing detail of his jousting in the tournament, but and he received a broken hand due to one of the more bloody fights, but there was no huge detail and nothing super gory or bloody. Next is romance. Nothing inappropriate. Walton and Gisela kiss and embrace a few times, but otherwise this book stays clean. And then there's alcohol. Gisela tries spiced wine for the first time at the ball, but she didn't know it was wine and she didn't get drunk, so it wasn't a super big deal. And now I'm going to give you my rating and recommended age level. So again, I'm pleased to rate this 4.5 stars. I really would have loved to give this 5 stars, but the only super minor thing that's holding me back is that I continue to think that the storyline could have been developed even more, but that's a super minor thing. And so my recommended age level would be 13 to 14 plus. Again, parents, please use discretion based on your child's maturity and understanding. But yeah, again, links to this book in the description, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!